Hi guys, and thanks for watching our weather update on June 13th, 2023. So today, I'm back after doing state exams, and I'm pleased to say that they went very well indeed, mostly, and I'm confident that my results are all grand. Anyway, because my exams are over, I'm actually now able to do videos again pretty much daily from now on until I'd say I don't know, September or so. Anyway, um, I'm glad to be back, and without any further ado, we will get cracking with today's video. So today we're looking at the satellite image, the radar image, the UKV high-res model for the next 5 days, and the charts and models at weather for the next 2 weeks. So it's just our usual video routine back again. So today, if we look at the list satellite, we can sort of see today's storms in the north and northwest, and down into parts of the west as well, moving away into the Atlantic. This big anvil here from one storm, pushing quite far out. Actually, yesterday we had some storms over Wales, and the anvil reached all the way into Dublin and Wicklow. So that was quite surprising. If we get the radar, we can see that the storms are pushing into Connacht and North Munster and into West Ulster now. The lightning is dying off somewhat. Again, this is that usual live lightning map that I like to use. For example, some strikes were recorded at 7:04 p.m. 12 minutes ago, just around Galway, this sort of area. I doubt we'll get any flashes. A couple of points today, but you can sort of see the leading edge of the storms, the most intense part, pushing now into Donegal, with just some heavier showers elsewhere in the northwest. This is the radar from Erin. Send me a story, and we'll go to the map for the past 12 hours, and we'll watch as these storms through the morning develops. We had a storm out in the Irish Sea, so south of the Isle of Man, this morning, and things quietened down. A few showers in the north and northwest. They pushed their way to the east. We may have to wait a bit before we start seeing convection. Now this little area gets more intense, and look, around like 1 to 2 p.m. we see some storms break out between Dublin and Limerick, and they really ramp up in intensity around the Midlands, into Meath, into Westmeath, into all this sort of like West Leinster, North Munster, Connacht, and these storms really beef up. Anywhere in the circle where the arrow is, I'll just fast forward to around here. Yeah, the storms are most intense around this sort of time frame. Anywhere within sort of like north of Kerry, Limerick, Tipperary, east of Westmeath, east of Laois, Westmeath. I think that's, sorry guys, don't get me wrong, I know my counties, but I'm under pressure. I'm looking at the map, so do bear with me. West of like Meath, that sort of area, Longford, south of, the thing is, these storms actually push northwards to these sort of areas, and they do get a battering from the thunderstorms. This is where they are now, pushing northwards towards Donegal, with sort of leading edge, this intense part. And we do have a warning in force for large parts of the country, so anywhere that isn't Cork, Waterford, Kilkenny, Carlow, Wexford, Wicklow, Dublin, and Monaghan and Louth, you had a thunderstorm warning. Now, the eastern and southern portions of the warning didn't see much today. It was mainly for Connacht and West Ulster and West Leinster and that lot. But that's that. Next, we're looking at the UKV models. You can see they nicely predicted the big multi-cell system in the Midlands towards the northwest this evening. That dies away quite quickly. It's only I'm calling this at 7:20. The radar looks like that, and that's more intense on the that's more intense in reality than it shows on this model. So this model sort of kills things off quite quickly. Tonight we sort of see a bit of cloud in the east, in the west as well, but otherwise it's clear and dry. Into tomorrow we see again storms break out in the west. So say tomorrow we see a yellow warning again for the west, with some thunderstorms. Into Thursday we may see like a little band of showers developing overnight in the Midlands, that sort of area. And that pushes away Thursday morning. And again, rinse repeat, storms develop, especially in the west and Midlands. The east stays mostly dry. And we push into Friday, and we start to see more widespread storms developing. And to the south, we start to see a few bits of rain and showers pushing in, and we see more storms develop again on Saturday. Especially, you'll notice for like the west and the Midlands, especially very few getting towards the east. That's a trend because of the fact that the winds are coming in from the east. It means that the convection from the lands pushes westwards, so those in the east don't get the effects of the convection. So for me, that's pretty annoying. We sort of see a little thundery area of rain come through Saturday night. This is Sunday again. We start to see the storms break out in the west. The east seems to once again be immune to them. This is the GFS run, and we see very nicely the high pressure's trying to influence. It does have its influence, but at the same time, there's enough moisture in the air to form storms. And into the weekend, we start to see low pressure from the west break through, and this does allow a push of warmer or hotter winds from the south. So that could be quite a thundery setup there around the weekend of June 17th or 18th, which is basically this coming weekends. The upper edge temperatures look like this. So quite warm, 10 Celsius ice to them pushing in from the south. And we push through, and the low pressure just starts dominating our weather. So we go into quite an unsettled spell around the solstice, and again more low pressure comes through. Now that can be a bit thundery, and on this leading edge we could get the upper temperatures quite warm. So we do get the 10 Celsius ice term into Ireland. We actually get the 15 Celsius ice term into France. That's something. 15 Celsius ice term into southern UK. Yeah, that's more like it. Sorry, guys. Anyway, moving towards month's end, we see more low pressure coming in. That again looks thundery with winds coming in from an easterly or southeasterly direction, so warm and volatile with that one. Again, we keep going, and that just looks like quite an unsettled and thundery June. It has to be said, that looks very, very convective. Definitely very, very convective. And right at the end of the run, we see low pressure easing towards Biscay and a large area of high pressure from the Azores, ridges in the Atlantic. Probably killing off any showers and calming things down into July. But we'll wait and see. The ECMWF run, now the 12 set is only coming out, but we'll do what we can with it so far, and if we have to do it, we'll go back to the midnight run. So you can see high pressure over Scandinavia. You can see nicely there. Winds in from the east, so warm and sunny, quite dry, and we're going into a thundery low in the weekends. So that's something to watch. Actually, quite surprisingly, the UKV didn't show many storms like over the sea, but normally when you have thundery lows from the west, you get a lot of storms forming over the sea. So that's something that's quite strange. Because I was watching out for that in particular, because where I am, you sort of need storms to be over the sea for them to hit me, unless I have winds coming from the lands, if you know what I mean. Sorry, that's off on a tangent, but that's just something I've observed. I'm very observant. And this is the midnight ECM run, so same story. We see the low pressure from the Atlantic. GEM, the GEM. Let's see what this has to say. So again, high pressure over Scandinavia, low pressure over like Italy and the Balkans and the and Corsica and Sardinia in the Mediterranean, and we pushed the winds from the east, as I said. High pressure slinks off a bit to allow that thundery low in from the west. Again, warmer and more thundery possibly to the weekends, and that's what it looks like into the solstice. Very much unsettled, but going more settles with a ridge from the Azores high. That semi-permanent area of high pressure towards the Azores, ridging towards Scandinavia, getting us drier and probably warmer as well. Yeah, the 10 Celsius isotherm nearly making it into Ireland there. It's making it into the UK. Next, we're looking at the UK Met run. Yeah, like this hover. Okay. And again, I'll whiz through this. Again, around Saturday, we see that thundery low. There's actually a bit of uncertainty with the timing of these of this precipitation associated with the low. Some have it coming in as early as Friday, while others have it coming on Saturday. So that's something we'll be sort of focusing on over the next 2 days, and whether any changes in the position of thunderstorms develop. Anyway, pushing through, we see by the end of the run, low pressure is pretty much right over us, slap bang over us, and looking very, very convective, but also quite warm by day, I should think. It's June. This is the icon, and much the same story. The icon breaks the low through, I'll say towards Friday, so by Friday we see the first bit of precip, but by Saturday we've properly broken it through, and we're now going towards Sunday, and the low is just to our south, feeding in showers and thunderstorms, and looking at the arpège, finally, a nice French model. I had my French junior cert exam today. Okay, arpège. Sorry guys, that's a bit. I'm just recovering from the excitements. Anyway, sorry. Anyway, going through. Hang on, sorry. That's précipitation. Sorry, I'm actually sorry. Anyway, I'm being serious. High pressure towards the east, and moving away towards Scandinavia and towards Russia, and we start seeing the low pressure from the Atlantic. And by the end, we look quite thundery and warm, with actually the plus 15 Celsius isotherm getting in towards the UK, and the plus 20 Celsius isotherm over like Spain. But we see a little corridor of really quite a hot air there into France, surging towards the UK. Ireland is sort of like on the cusp of it, but still warm by day and quite thundery. So from this forecast, from this sort of like model update, we can sort of see that we're trending towards probably like a warm and thundery second half of June. That's what it looks like anyway. So that'll be interesting. Of course, I myself am a lover of thunder, but of course, with thunderstorms, you do get impacts such as flooding and lightning strikes. So that's something that will have to be kept an eye on. But I'm back for now, daily. As far as I know, you know what I mean. So basically, I'm back tomorrow with another video, and I'll see you then. Bye for now.